And welcome back to the Kyle Sutherland Show. Happy first round of the PGA Championship, everyone. If you did not have a chance to watch today, don't you worry. I watched all from pretty much sun up to sundown, golf all day. Essentially, I am a coal miner. I've just been in the mines all day, just working hard. I'm there for you. So if you guys did not watch the tournament, the PGA Championship today, I got you. Buckle in. No more than 30 minutes today. We're going to fully recap the first round, talk about what to look for in the second round. Let go. But first, hit my music. And welcome back to the show. Okay, so let's break down the first round at Aromniac. I think I said the wrong the entire last episode. So I think it's Aromniac. I'm saying it wrong still, I think. I thought I had it down when they were all talking about it today. It turns out I'm still stupid. And I mean, at this point, if anyone's watching this show and you guys don't know, you're just watching a dummy talking to the microphone. I mean, it's like, let's be real here. So no one's surprised. I'm going to say we're smashing the Jordan Spieth button right now. Smashing the Jordan Spieth button today. Jordan looked good. Jordan looked really, really good today, okay? Couple tough holes there from Jordan, which resulted in him finishing a 69 1 under. But I love Jordan today. I loved Jordan today. He looked really good today. Okay, on a hard golf course. This was not. I was wrong. Okay, hand up. I'll say that right away. I was wrong. I was talking about how this course may play easy. This course may not be, a super great test for some of these guys. No, we have a great tournament right now. We have currently 6 guys tied for the lead right now. So it is anyone's ballgame. I think there's roughly 50 to 60 players 3 shots off the lead. So that comes down to anyone's tournament. That's a two-hole stretch, and someone makes a bogey and makes a couple of birdies, and all of a sudden it's anyone's golf tournament. So we'll see. Now, some of the guys in the afternoon today are going to go right back off in the morning. We'll see. We'll see Scottie clearly. Scottie, JT. They were running out of gas there. How are they going to look tomorrow? Will some of the guys have a little bit more rest time? Or you saw Rory do a full day at the range after his round today. So interesting day. Let's just break down the leaderboard before we start really talking anything else to set the stage. There's a lot of guys tied up there for the lead right now. Adric Polt. I'm gonna say these names wrong, so I'll try for you guys. Adric Poltgieter, Steven Yager, Minwoo La, Ryo Hustuni, Martin Keimer, Scottie Scheffler, Alex Smalley. Oh, that's crazy, people. I just did some Mike Francesa shit of just reading on the leaderboard for you. But that is all tied for the lead right now at the PGA Championship after day 1. So we have a stacked, not even leaderboard, a stacked T1 right now. And then going down to even just a stroke off the lead, we got some heavy hitters. And then 2 strokes off the lead is where my boy sits, right? That's where we open the show with, smash that Jordan button, please. Smash it. I love Jordan this week. We can get down more into Jordan's how he played right now, but not a terrible round from him. Honestly, a little bit of a Jordan-y front 9, and then really put it together on the back. Pretty clean, 1 under on the back, 1 under on the front, but with 3 bogeys. Don't love those. Worst hole of the day was the second hole, which was playing very hard. The whole course was playing hard. The course played 2 almost 2.25 strokes over par today. So the course is playing hard and played hard in the afternoon. Played Delta. Played two. Whatever. You guys don't care about the Delta from the entire. It essentially played. It played harder in the afternoon than it did in the morning, and it played harder in the afternoon wave than it did overall for the entire day. So those afternoon people struggled, which is crazy because we have a couple of the afternoon guys in the lead. Now you could say, hey Kyle, that might be a stat. That might not be a totally correct stat because they had a lot of the PGA professionals playing in the afternoon, and I would say, okay, you might be right about that. Statistics only tell part of the story, so I will give you that. But it is definitely, we are seeing it should, according to the coverage, they did talk about this, should be the hardest day the course is going to be playing today. It should get easier in theory. Well, actually, it's not. It's supposed to dry out, but I guess the rough was really thick, which was really making it hard today. The rough was really penal because of the rain they did get. They got enough rain that it made the rough real fluffy and it made it hard to hit out of there. So if they're thinking if it doesn't rain, the greens firm up a little bit. There's still hard pins, but if they put the pins in a little easier spots, the course should play a lot easier. I would very much be surprised if we get a 2.5 stroke over par tomorrow also. Unless there's Ramiak is really going to say, hey, fuck you guys. Like, we're going at you guys. We saw something similar at the Masters, right? It played the first day we played similar over par. They took the teeth out a little bit the day, watered the greens, put the pins in a little easier spots, and all of a sudden, right, it's playing under par the second day. That very well might be happening right now. There might just be soaking all these greens as these last guys have now left the course. But I don't know. We'll see tomorrow how it's going to do. But I do fully suspect that today will be the hardest day that it will play. It will play easier tomorrow than I imagine going into the weekend. It will play a little harder on Saturday, but it should play even easier, and then I would suspect on Sunday. But that who the fuck knows? I'm an idiot, So who knows? Let's go into cut line a little bit while we're on the data right now. All right, so while we're on the data, let's go into cut line right now. It's looking like it's going to be 2 or 3 over right now. So we got a couple guys that are sitting at that 2 or 3 over line, and some big names too. We'll get back to the cut line. All right. Let's keep talking about the course. So the course played, like we said, played much harder, or played a little bit harder in the afternoon than it did in the morning. The holes wise, not a ton of easy holes, right? There was a lot of guys, a lot of pars on a lot of these holes that were struggling. The 9th hole, the par 5, was easiest today. 3 eagles we saw there only. And the hardest hole today was playing the 8th hole. 7 bogeys. 51% of the field made bogey or worse today. So that's pretty crazy for a group of professional golfers. Half of them were making bogey or worse on the par 3 8th hole. It was 242. JT talked about it right as soon as he got off the green today too, that he's like, it literally is sloped downhill. The 8th hole, it just comes straight down, so it's an impossible shot to do. So that would make sense. They have a long par 3 that it's sloped away to you playing into the wind is why it was playing the hardest hole today. So the course adds teeth. So we'll see how the course looks the rest of the week, but I really do think it's going to play a little bit harder. And then kind of getting into the cut line. So I think it's going to be a little bit easier tomorrow, just thinking about how it, especially if they give it some water, if the rough dries out a little bit. But we have some interesting names right at that cut line right now, right? the biggest of them being Rory McIlroy. Not a great day by Rory, +4 today. He described his round in one word in the post-round interview. We can say it on this podcast. We can say much worse in this podcast. He said it was shit. He was shit. And I'll agree with him. He did not have a great round today. He did not look like he had his stuff, especially at his back nine. He started on 10. If you guys are watching, if you're a watcher of this podcast, not a listener of this podcast, he started on 10. Pretty clean start, right? Bogey, birdie. So back to even, was even through 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It was even through coming up to 14, made bogey, then made par again, and then bogeyed out. So it was even. And then made 4 straight bogeys there. So lost 3.5, almost 3.2 strokes to the field just on that last back nine. So crazy there for him. Day was not expecting Rory to have that type of day. I know a lot of people had him picked very high to win. I was not one of those people, but a lot of people did have him picked very high to win. I had him picked to be top 5 though, so you could say, "Hey, dumbass," and I would say, "Oh, yep. What do you want?" Because I didn't. I'm an idiot. I didn't have Rory up there. Ha 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 ha! You cannot call me a dumbass. I had Scottie up there. I had Cam Young. I forgot. But we can get into that too. Scottie. So Scottie did not have his usual Thursday. Scottie looked like his Scottie self today. We've seen Scottie struggle a lot this year. I think one of the main storylines for this year of golf so far is Scottie's slow starts. He has been having a lot of T seconds, a lot of top 5 finishes this year. But if it's like, man, if you didn't start 2 or 3 or even on the first day and weren't trailing by 6 or 7 shots, you'd be right in this. So that was one of the things we talked about in the preview podcast. Is that going to happen? That did not happen. I think the opposite happened. Scottie looked good today. He looked very crisp today. 2 bad bogeys. 1 bad bogey. One was the par 3, which you can't obviously take too much credit for that one. That was on the 14th, was also playing very hard. And then the 1 bad one was he had one on the... Oh, no, that was the 8th. No. Shit, he barred the 8th. That was on the 4th that he had the bogey. So not great by him. That was his worst hole of the day in terms of strokes gained. But Scottie looks good. The one of the crazy stats that they talked about on the broadcast right before it too was Scottie Scheffler. Okay, sit down for this if you are listening to this, because I want you to really take this in. Scottie Scheffler has never led after a first round of a major. Let me say that again for you, just in case you didn't hear it. Scottie Scheffler has never led the first day of a major. And you might be thinking, Kyle, I don't fucking believe you. You're such a fucking liar. And if I'm a liar, then that means Scott Van Pelt's a liar. So I don't think so, sir. Or there's no girls listening to this show. It's all dudes. Let's be real here. I don't think so, sir. So I believe that stat according to the TV, because the TV has never lied to me once. So Scottie Scheffler has never led coming in. So money would tell you take the 4-time major winner to close out his 4th major, right? But a little interesting story there, right? He's not the only major winner right now, tied up there for the lead. Martin Keimer, coming from LIV, coming out of fucking nowhere, to be honest with you. I forgot this guy existed. I even have a board in my office right here that since I've started this podcast, of a lot of the major winners. Who are the guys that have 2 majors? We're tracking all of them. I thought Martin Keimer was retired. I forgot he was even on LIV. What the balls? And here he comes. Now, he had a great day, 3 under for the day. I don't know how he ranked. Let's see how he ranked. How did he play? Martin had a good day too. Just not just some crazy day. He putted fantastically, which it's seeming like the winners of Romniak may it may come down to who can putt the best. This is a hard golf course. They had a couple different stats there on how hard it was 3-putting today. So I think we're going to get a winner. I think the winner we get is going to be a great putter. And Martin today was over 2.5 strokes gained on putting. I mean, he didn't have a terrible. I mean, he actually had a great day at everything. So what am I saying? He had a good day putting, but he actually had a great day at everything. Almost 5.5 strokes gained in the field. Shots gained. So playing a great round today. Tied right up there. Let's see who else is. I think a couple guys tied for that strokes gained lead. Yeah. So a couple guys all tied up there for 5.26, but he was putting great. Was not putting the best of that field today. So honestly, would not be super shocked to see him fall back a little bit, because those guys that were at 3 under, he seemed like he was playing according to the stats though, played some of the best approach play of those 3 under days. So putted a little bit worse, but according to the stats, played the best approach play at 2.3 strokes gained of his approach play, but then his putter was not as hot. While the opposite to that, Aldrich Pork Eater. Yeah, we're going to call him Aldrich Pork Eater, was only a shot gained, approach shot, and then gained almost 5.5 shots on approach. So playing much different rounds of golf, but still getting the same number and the same strokes gained. But one of them was doing it through putting phenomenally. One of them was doing it through phenomenal approach play. Good leaderboard. So we shall see what happens tomorrow. I think that there is a lot of names up there that are going to fall off. If we're going to start being real with each other. I think there's only a couple people that up there that are able to hold that 72-hole lead, and Scottie Scheffler is probably the one. I don't see anyone else be able to hold that lead coming in the rest 72 holes. And if Scottie plays like he did the last 2 days, this might be his tournament. So take the mortgage, maybe just put a little bit of the mortgage on him. Who cares? You don't need a house. Rory's round, like you said, Rory's round. Some of the storylines we talked about Rory's, in his words, was he played like shit, right? He did not play a good rate today. Scottie, much better than he did. Cam looked like another weird day by him. Looked a little off. He finished a one over par for the day, so he's right there at one under par for the day. No, I'm sorry. I was right. Jeez, he finished 1 over par for the day. So 4 shots off the lead, but that's it's not terrible. T49 would have liked him to see a little better effort by Cameron than that, but him just not a crazy bad round, but just nothing super impressive. 3 bogeys and 4 bogeys. 3 birdies and 4 bogeys, yeah. So his worst hole was the 13th hole. And then again was one of the bogeys at the 8th hole, which it seems like that was half the field today was making bogeys at the 8th hole. That was playing as a very hard golf hole. He putted well though. At least according to the field, his approach was not great, and then his shots gained around the green were not great. His approach game and his off the tee and his putting were both the things that kind of take him. So I'd like to see Cameron maybe a little bit better, especially if he continues to putt well and continues to play off the tee. That's what we talked about pre-tournament. Those are what's going to really win this golf tournament. Jordan Spieth, I said let's slam the Spieth button. I think we're doing him. Blocky, I feel like this is where this is okay. We're in the blocky zone right now. It's what we have the problem with is when we move to the blocky experience and it becomes this whole thing. He played a good round of golf today. Even par was the couple times he was on, it was very enjoyable to watch him. But the hate that he gets, I think is a little unwarranted, to be fully honest. But I do understand that people are getting a little sick of him, especially with how much. And I don't think it's his fault; it's the coverage's fault. They take the Michael Block button and they just shove it down your throat. That's not him doing that. So it's too hard to go totally against that, because I don't think a lot of the stuff that he's doing that the media shows 1,000 times, it's like, here, you guys like Michael Block, you're going to eat the whole fucking smoke. So you're going to smoke the whole Michael Block pack today if you like him a little bit. Bryson, jeez, dude. Buddy, YouTube golf is not the way to prepare for professional golf tournaments. What are we doing? Bryson, pal, like, I'm talking to you like a colleague right now because you are one. Get off YouTube, brother. You don't need to be on YouTube, brother. You're too good a golfer to be doing this shit. The last time we saw him in an actual real golf tournament was at the Masters, and he quadrupled the 18th hole to miss the cut, earned himself a Crumb Bum award. Today he comes out, and I mean, if you're just want to see Bryson chaos, go watch his round, because it was awesome. Awesome. Balls were going everywhere. They're hitting freaking stands. He's hitting out of freaking shacks. He's hitting next to every stand. He's hitting out of, I don't think he hit a fairway. It was fun. It was fun to watch. Not in like the good golf fun to watch, but it was in like, oof. This guy might need to see mental health professional after this round. Kind of fun to watch. So not a great round by Bryson. He's going to, like I said, we looked at that cut line, 2 or 3. He's gonna have to shoot a 67, 66 tomorrow just to have a chance to get at the cut line. I don't like that for him. I don't think he has it in him to come out and shoot a 65 tomorrow, 66 after how he looked today. What the fuck do I know? So we could see Bryson come out and dominate tomorrow, but I would not be surprised if we see Bryson's 2-2 miscut at both majors this year. Not a great start for him for the major years. Even if he pulls it around, it would be great by him, but it's not a great start. Both of his starts, both majors this year, were he looks just sloppy. He probably should play some other golf tournaments before going into some of these majors, and not just doing like little YouTube series doing it, because I don't think that's working. Just going to call that out for him. Do not think that's working. The 20 PGA professionals that are in the field this week struggled. They struggled on the greens a lot. Putting wise, statistical wise, we're struggling. 19 of the 20 may be around that cut line. We are obviously rooting for Tyler very heavily, but not a super great day by him. He needs to have an under par day tomorrow to be near that cut line. He probably needs to shoot a 66, maybe a 68 tomorrow to be okay still. So we are heavily rooting for Tyler. Obviously, thank him for coming on the show. But we saw a lot of these PGA professionals struggle this week, especially on the greens. So we'll see how many make the cut line tomorrow. It's going to look like it might not be a whole ton of them, unless it plays easier tomorrow, but we may see that line move then if that line does play easier. Similar thing with Liv. 6, a little bit better. Rahm, Joaquin Niemann, Martin Keimer are kind of holding the Liv bundle down for them, and Cam Smith. I kind of forgot him. The rest of them are going to kind of be flirting with that cut line. So 6 of the 11 are going to be right at that line also tomorrow. So don't love that for them. Cam Smith played well today. I think Cam Smith was a lot of the people are hating on him, me being one of them. It looked like he's just completely sworn off the game of golf since winning the Open 2 years ago. This is probably, I would imagine this is his highest major finish since, his highest opening round since the Open win. Don't fact check me on that, but I think it is. So great by him. Seems like he may be finding out a little bit of form. In terms of course fit, this was a good course for him. You need to be long and accurate on here. That did fit him well. He is a great wedge player. And what we're seeing right here is that these guys are bombing it, and then they're hitting wedges into these holes. So long irons, there's not a lot of 8s, 6s, 7-irons coming out of the bag this week. It's a lot of drivers and a lot of wedge games. And that's kind of Cam Smith's specialty, as a Jedi would say. Jonathan Rahm, okay again. Honestly, 2 fun chip-ins by Rahm today, which kind of made it seem like he got a little bit better for him. Seemed like he was down to the dumps a little bit, and then had 1 chip in, and like, oh, okay, I guess I'll be excited. And then when he chipped the second one in, he's like, okay, I guess I can't be a dole after 2 chip-ins. So, seemed like he was not playing well, but definitely the holding out a couple helped. One of them, I think, was from 101 yards. We'll definitely see how everyone, if people are saying big boards, people are saying, oh, Kyle, John should be playing on the aliens. Like, no, I don't believe John's that good right now. I think he's playing fake golf right now. So we'll see how he looks tomorrow. I think he's too good of a golfer to miss the cut. But, I mean, if he shoots 1 on tomorrow, he might be 6 or 7 off the lead going into the thing. And I don't honestly know if he can come back from that. Joaquin Niemann, this is an official golf tournament now. So thank you to Joaquin Niemann for participating in the PGA Championship, because we know the field is not full unless Joaquin is in it. So just a big shout out to Joaquin Niemann for playing in the golf tournament. Wish he was in the Masters. It would have made it eligible to be a real golf tournament. A lot of these guys needed wins. A ton of them did not play like they knew their life was on the line today. Now maybe it's not really on the line, but like I said on the podcast earlier this week, a win makes your life a lot easier for any of these live players right now. You win the PGA Championship, and your life becomes a lot easier. Your comeback to the PGA Tour. Talked about the course, so let's talk about some other stuff. Let's finish off all the golf, because then we're going to end with me just bitching about ESPN and the golf coverage. And like old man yells at cloud, I understand that. And I will probably agree with you. So we have a couple head-to-head matches up that Kyle matched him up. We are Rory versus Scottie. Scottie beat the fucking doors off Rory today in terms of head-to-head. There's a chance if this continues, if Rory misses a cut and Scottie wins this, there's a high chance he jumps him in the alien fight list. High chance. High chance. I think the third and fourth are pretty set right now, unless Fitzpatrick kind of pulls one off and Cam gets cut. But they one by one shot. The spring break boys all played well. Jordan, Justin Thomas, and Ricky Fowler. 1 under, and even. So we'll see how they do with any of them gets it. Obviously, those are the homies from Snapchat back in the day when I wasn't there and I was sitting on Snapchat thousands of miles away. I was still a homie. The defectors, so the guys that have said, fuck you, Liv. Brooksy and Patrick both play much better than most of their counterparts did today. Their old coworkers did. 1 under for Brooksy and 2 under for P. Reed. Brooksy did not have his stuff today, especially with the putter. They mentioned a bunch of times that he was fighting. It seemed like he was very much fighting himself today with his putter and could not get anything rolling on the line that he really wanted to be, it seemed like. Or no, he couldn't get, the speed. He was getting everything started on the line he wanted to, but it seemed like he could not figure out his speed or anything. So we'll see how that looks. I would love to see him get one, but wouldn't be shocked if they both can finish. They both are in it, but I would, maybe. Like we talked about a bunch in the show this year so far, the young guns for the PGA Tour are doing well this year. We've had a lot of young winners this year. Does not like we're going to have a young major winner this year. I'll go ahead and claim that right now. I don't think any of these guys are going to get it done at this week. Goddard, Bhatia are both, and Griffin and Rattan are all at +1. Honestly, great for Rattan after that win just of last week. Bridgman, which will forever be known for what he did on Pebble, hitting out of the rocks. He's just a Pebble man. The Bridgman Pebble man was +4, and Nico Ichovaro is +5. So young guns, just like the Masters, kind of struggling at this at the major. Akshay was playing great, and then kind of seemed like he lost it a little bit. Didn't really show a ton of the other guys. Showed Max for a little bit today, but also he did not have his stuff 5 over. Not super clean. Colin Morikawa, 1 under 69. He's right at there, and Justin Rose, even 70 par. So interesting. Not most of our guys are right around it, right? But most of the field is right around it. It's not a crazy. Most of our guys are right there. But also, I would say a large part of the field, unless you played yourself out of it today, you cannot win a golf tournament on the first day, on the Thursday, but you can definitely lose a golf tournament on the first day, i.e. Bryson DeChambeau, who is now 9 strokes off the lead after day 1. So interesting day. Would like to see in golf wise. Let's go through. All right, so let's wrap up quickly here. We are already kind of over the time. Like I said, I can never keep. I try, people. I very please remember I do try. So let's go to a very funny story out of the day. It happened. It felt like it was like I was watching golf for already like 6 hours, but it felt like in the afternoon. It was actually like the morning probably. Garrett Higago today, 7:18 tee time, okay? The green is right here. There's a little bit of a walkway, and then there's a putting green. Garrett had a 7:18 tee time, and at 7:18 was still on the putting green. He got to the first tee at 7:18:30 is what people are looking like from what they can tell. 35, maybe 30 or 45 seconds late for his tee time. Doesn't matter. He had some very funny. He said he is on time but late. He's late but on time, which I'm going to use now. I am always late but on time because it's whenever you show up there, it means you're on time. But he was assessed as 2-stroke penalty on the first hole. Still, honestly, played a great round at 1 under, but honestly still played great at 1 under. But very sad that he had the penalty because as we've been talking about the whole day, the leaders are at 3. He very easily could have been right at now. He didn't he just was on time to the first tee. He's at 3 under right now. He's tied for the lead of the PGA Championship. And right now he's out there 2 strokes off. I had to answer a bunch of dumb questions tomorrow from the media about this too also. So caused himself a little bit more of a headache than really anything because if he would have played like shit, it wouldn't have really mattered. People really would have been talking about it. The fact that he would have been now is 2 off the lead is what that penalty is. Now it's going to become a story, unfortunately, for him. And he plays well tomorrow. He's 2 off the lead tomorrow. And oof, can you imagine? I mean, it comes down to it, and it's like, oh, shit. Can you imagine if he's at the cut line tomorrow? He plays, maybe finishes 2-3 over tomorrow. It's like, oh, fuck. You change a minute of your morning, and it's like you're all of a sudden in contention. So, crazy moment for him. He sat in scoring forever. They didn't have what was down on there. But, like, hot take, I stand with the PGA Tour on this one. If you miss it, you're late. Like if our tee time's at 10 a.m. and you pull up at 10:01, that means you're late to the tee time. Doesn't matter if you're just a little bit late. No, you're late. It is what it is. And this is not like it's a new rule. This is a very well-established rule. So you're late. You get a 2-stroke penalty. So I stand with the PGA Tour on this rule, but I feel for Higago, because that cannot be very fun for him. It's got to be a cold realization right now as he's going through that. It's like, oof, that's a rough one for you right now. So, last thing to bitch about before we get out of here and we leave you guys and we bid adieu to round 2. Well, that rhymed. The coverage. So honestly, I feel like we're going back in time to bitching about the Masters coverage on ESPN. It's just, this is what ESPN does, right? I'm going to try not to get mad and start screaming, but they get a bunch of people in a fucking room that have no fucking clue what it's like to watch golf on TV and sit in front of your couch all day. They have a bunch of fucking old ass executives and people that have never watched golf actually sitting on their TV. They have a bunch of executives that have been have been there, that have been next to the players, and they think, oh yeah, here's what you guys want to watch. You want to watch little funny clips of them talking funny shit. Like, no, you guys, we want to watch the fucking golf. It's the same thing I said about the Masters. There is 4 majors in a calendar year, okay? And ESPN's trying to do the same bullshit they pull on Monday Night Football every single week with these little gay infographics. There's just these stupid shit over the entire time. It's like, I don't care. Nobody gives a shit about some of this stupid ESPN graphics that they show. Show the golf, okay? Show the golf. They're paying you to show golf. They're not showing you to show stupid infographics. They're not paying you to show the same fucking replay again and again and again. It's okay. I fucking saw it at noon. I don't need to see it at 2 o'clock when you get more audience. I don't need to see it at fucking 3 o'clock when you get more audience. And I don't need to hear you talk about it at fucking 7 o'clock again. Fuck. Okay? So ESPN, get your shit together, because there's 4 majors in a year, okay? People watch them. Hey, shocking news. People watch them. If they don't, there's this thing called Twitter or Instagram. And so when it's 4 o'clock, it's like, oh, we gotta catch up the 4 o'clock audience that's fucking just getting off of work right now. So let's do a roll highlight package A. Okay. Commercial. It's like, okay, so the last 15 minutes, I sat here and I watched a highlight of the Hidalgo incident that I saw already. I watched a highlight of Bryson playing like shit because he's a fucking retard. And then I watched a shot of golf, and then you went to commercial. Cool! This happens 4 days a year. Show the golf. Show the golf. It's not that hard. If there's golf on TV, if people are on the golf course, show it. Stop running. You have all the time in the fucking world after the thing's over to get into all the dumbass replays you want. You can run replays all goddamn night if you want to. But like, no. You don't want to run replays all night because you have this stupid NFL draft, or you have the NBA on tonight now. So it's like, no, ESPN, you don't give a fuck about golf, actually. You give a fuck about the audience you're trying to get for the other shows. And you give a fuck really about the NFL, because it's fucking May and we have to hear about the NFL right now. It's the middle of the PGA Championship. We have still the NBA playoffs to finish. We still have the NHL playoffs to finish. We still have the MLB season, the entire MLB season to go. And ESPN is just getting on their knees and sucking off the NFL like crazy. It is infuriating to watch, and it's more infuriating to have to talk about, because ESPN used to be the fucking shining light. It's like, oh, ESPN, cool, you're ESPN, and now it's like how the mighty has fucking fallen, right? It's like you're no better than any of these other stupid big ass networks showing the same old dumb shit. You are miles behind everyone else's nose. There's this thing called social media. So they're on that, and they know what's going on. You don't have to catch the audience every 15 minutes up. Ugh. So, and then this fucking grandpa. You know what I mean? If I have to hear this grandpa say left hand low, or if I have to hear this fucking stupid kid in the middle of his round talk to his fucking grandpa again, I swear to fucking sweet baby, sweet Lord, baby Jesus Christ, I'm going to flip the fuck out, okay? Because this grandpa watching his metal glasses, just die, okay? You know what? Just die already, grandpa. It's okay. It's like, you know what? Maybe I'm the asshole here, but if you're that sad and you have nothing else to do besides like talk shit to your grandfather that's trying to show you a good time. The nephew's trying to show you a good time, okay? He's taking his glasses out. He's taking his time. He's sending his fucking friend. He's taking his friend probably wants to see his grandpa too, but you're like, no, you have to go to my grandpa because he's in special. And then he did all this shit, and then you still continue to talk shit to your grandson that's doing all this shit for you. Fuck you, okay? Let me say 2 words right to you. AI Meta Glasses grandpa that's in the ATN commercial. Fuck off, okay? Those are the 2 words I have for you, okay? So you know what? I know your bullshit. I can see your bullshit, and I'm calling you guys out for your bullshit because ain't nobody is doing some stupid left-hand low chipping shit, and I still stand by that. And it's like, oh, great shot of the bunker. It's like, if that was my grandpa, I would smash those glasses so fucking fast. Hey, grandpa, how about, hey, I'm doing this for you, and you want to tell me nice shot of the bunker? How about you go fuck yourself, okay? So, that commercial is going to piss me off all day tomorrow, so there's a chance you have to hear the same rant tomorrow about the same grandpa. But maybe there's a chance he fucking gets hit by a rocket or the fucking asteroid tonight, and maybe I don't have to watch him. Oh, wait, it's a commercial. Well, maybe the fucking 18... You know what? Just whatever. I'm mad, okay? I said I wasn't going to get mad, and here we are. Kyle's mad. AT&T and ESPN did it again. The fucking media conglomerate's pissed off the average just a simple working man. Just a simple GI trying to get done with his jobs and dig through the mines like just a simple miner. I just go to the mines, put my hard hat on, and I just watch golf all day for you guys, okay? And then the ESPN and AT&T just try to fuck my asshole raw. So that's the show. If you made it this long, please seek mental help. BetterHelp.com is an option for you. Remember, there are people you can talk to if you have listened to me talk for roughly 45 minutes, maybe. You definitely need therapy. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it out like that. There's no way your life is going great. There's no way that your life you're super happy because you're listening to Kyle Suchland talk, which you're listening to a insane asylum patient spout off essentially from the crate in the loony bin. So, to all my other loonies out there, I very much appreciate you. If you are listening to this point, please know that I very much do appreciate you guys. Like I said in the Masters week, these are when I wanted to do this show. This was part of the grand scheme of thing, is how much I can design some of these major weeks, and how much I can make these as tentpole for some of my content and really dive in. And hopefully, as the next coming years, making some watch parties. Putting out more bets, doing maybe these shows live with hopefully more people calling in. Hopefully I'm doing them from courses, doing them from the grounds. Shout out my friends at No Laying Up, which have provided a great kind of blue map of where I want to go. So shout out to everyone that's listening. Shout out to No Laying Up. Watch their shit because their shit is much better than mine. And shout out... I don't know. So, Smiley Show. Watch the Smiley Show also. Their shit's really good too. Enjoy the second round. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.